I don't, God, are you really that tall, Gil? I don't trust teleprompters, so I got this in front of me, but wow, what a great night. I mean, I'm just sitting here. I forgot that I was going to come up here at some point. I'm just sitting here enjoying all the great music. I mean, Sarah and Jimmy and Greg, incredible. Diane, wow. What a night. Gil and I, we have been best friends for a long time. And, but how about the band tonight? Lou, thank you so much. It's a shame about the drummer. Davide Dorenzo, he's my guy. We'll see you in Nova Scotia, buddy. Well, we'll see you on the plane tomorrow. Anyways, thanks, Gil, so much. And Brett, I tell you, Brett, Glorious Sons, amazing band. And we had a co-bill with them last summer, and I said, what do you mean they're going to finish the show? I mean, I want to finish the show. And you know, for one reason or another, because we had to get out early, they finished the show. Thank God they finished the show, because I'll tell you, the energy they brought to the stage, we just couldn't have matched it, because Glorious Sons are a remarkable young band. And Brett is a great songwriter in his own right. And Sam Roberts, Sam's going to be up here one day, I'll tell you. God bless him. I love that kid so much. And all the great musicians tonight. Anyways, I better get started, because this is going to be crazy long. I mean, look at this thing. I didn't even know, I didn't think I had anything to say, and all of a sudden I started writing this stuff. I'd like to thank the Songwriter Hall of Fame and SOCAN. You know, SOCAN protects our rights, and thank you so much. In particular, Frank Davies, because Frank started this thing. I inducted Gordon Lightfoot. That was even a bigger honor than this. This is the house that Gordon built right here. And you know, it's, yeah, I miss him. We just seems like yesterday we had the tribute for him here, and it was an incredible evening as well. But Frank, thank you so much. You've been a great encourager to me, and I know you had great dreams for this. And it started so small. I think there were more people in the media room than there was at the first Songwriter Hall of Fame Awards, and it's just grown to this. Look at you guys. It's fantastic. Thank you for all coming out. Yeah, you know, Rocker Tom Cochrane. That's what they call me, Rocker Tom Cochrane, and I've hated that moniker. But I guess essentially that's what I am. But first and foremost, I'm a songwriter. I started as a songwriter. I started playing in coffee houses and pubs all over Ontario initially, and then across Canada, and then I got into this band, Red Rider, and then all hell broke loose. And anyways, yeah. Without the song, there's nothing. There's no rock, or there's nothing to play. You know, I want to get to a bunch of thank yous out of the way real quick here. So I want to thank all the great musicians, as I said tonight, and the great musicians that have lent their skill and their artistry to give the song shape and magic over the years. Bill Bell, my wingman and my dear friend for the last 25 years, fantastic. And John Webster's here tonight from Vancouver, and he's the Sanchez to my Don Quixote. He always was kicking my ass to dig deeper, in particular in the case of Life's a Highway, because I didn't want to do it. I thought it was too commercial. The incredible Kenny Greer and Jeff Jones, my Red Rider alumni. Spider Seneve as well. Davide Dorenzo, I mentioned back here. And then there's Tim Tremblay, who's here tonight. He also kicked my ass when he was working with Capitol to dig deeper all the time. Fraser Hill's here tonight. Thank you, Fraser. Pat Leyland. Randy Lennox, who's been a great enabler for the last 20 years or so. Fantastic, Randy. You're another guy who's kicking my ass and reminding me that you know, we have an obligation as artists and musicians to keep pushing forward. Larry Mistel, you guys are here tonight. Adam Lowenberg, Marty, so great you're in from LA and New York respectively. Thank you so much. Vinny Sancamani, Paquette, who keep getting me in front of audiences. Vin, thanks so much, brother. You've been my agent for a long, long time. We had a bit of a break there for a while. And Riley O'Connor, the Eagles show was a lot of fun, man. That band's gonna go somewhere for sure. So which gets me to the guy that's here tonight that I'm just so honored that he came in tonight. It's Gary LeVox, who's probably got one of the greatest voices of any genre, country or otherwise. And of course, Rascal Flatts, I think the greatest country band of all time. And so he's here tonight, and I'm really thrilled at that. Anyways, where am I here? Yeah. You know, it's such a big honor for when a song, that's the biggest honor. When a songwriter covers your stuff, it's just, it's a pretty cool thing. And when you capture lightning in a bottle, like I did over a span of 16 years because of Rascal Flatts covering it again, well, then that's something that you got to truly be thankful for and truly be honored for. So it's incredible. So thanks for covering Life's a Highway, Rascal Flatts. Okay, so I wish my friend Dean Cameron was here tonight. I wish he was alive. He was instrumental in my career in the early days, and later in life, he was responsible for the renovations in this wonderful old building. And he was so respectful of retaining its integrity and the ghost in the wall, so to speak. We saw many shows here as kids, all over this room, and it inspired me to be a songwriter. Gordon Lightfoot, Joni Mitchell, Neil Young, Robbie Robertson, Bruce Cockburn, and of course, Leonard Cohen. And they're all Canadians, not that there weren't others. There are many others, of course. Dylan, Springsteen, Jackson Browne come to mind. And much like those songwriters, songwriting for me has been a solitary affair, a long, mysterious, exhilarating, sometimes awkward and frustrating hide-and-seek dance with the muse. I've never been one to co-write or collaborate with the odd exception, and I don't judge those that do. It just has never quite worked out for me, probably because I have ADHD and I have a hard time sitting in a room long enough to get something done. But still, the muse have visited me and graced me with songs over my lifetime, and I'm grateful for that. There was a lot of patience, a lot of practice and preparation and hard work, and a lot of rejection and disappointment as well. I drove cabs as a young man to make ends meet because I couldn't make a living at music, and discouraged, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life at that point. I stopped one night outside this building, and the doors were open, as they would be from time to time, because the ventilation wasn't great in the old hall. Still, Dean could have improved that a little bit too, because it's pretty hot going downstairs. Anyways, I got out of the cab and I went over and I listened at the door. And there was a symphony coming from inside. It was a symphony of one man and one guitar and a beautiful weathered voice. And the beauty was transcendent. And it was Leonard Cohen. He was singing Bird on a Wire. Well, it was an epiphany to me that touched me deeply, and I thought one day I'm going to play my songs on that stage, and I'm going to play Bird on a Wire as a tribute to that great man, that great poet. Took me a few years, but I got here. Anyways, I went back out to that cab, and I put the keys on the seat, and I never looked back. And I spent my first residual check paying for that stolen cab. That part of the story is not true, but it makes a good story. I believe that music and songs are a gift to us that prove that we have a soul, and they're miracles, and like miracles that are common, we take them for granted. And physicists and neuroscientists can explain how these vibrations get sent down ear canals through nerves and synapses and parts of our brain and are interpreted as music and songs. But they can't explain how those songs can move us to such great heights, remind us of who we are and who we can be, inform us, celebrate with us, make us laugh, sing, dance, feel joy, feel happiness, sorrow, pain, heartache. Mark memories by them. They remind us of important times in our lives and love's gain and love lost, endless summers and sometimes lonely nights. Songs have a beginning and an end, like lives, and like people we love. And like people we love, we don't forget them. They make us feel a little less alone in the world. And if you can help people feel a little less alone in the world, then I think you've done a pretty good job as a songwriter. My daughters are here tonight from London and New York, Brooklyn, respectively. I don't know if I can get through this part. I remember when you were kids, you'd sit there in your pink snowsuits, and Dad was going to take you to Garrelette Gardens or Ron McLean will know where these places are. They're in Oakville. Garrelette Gardens, or maybe Coronation Park, or maybe TCBY's Cody. And I'd say, just give Dad a second. I just got to get this idea down. Off I go into the studio for a minute. Well, that minute would turn into an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you guys would still be sitting there in your snowsuits. So thanks for your patience, girls. I love you very much. Thank you. And my sisters are here tonight. I don't think they've ever been to one of these things. But I just got to say that your incessant piano practicing when you were kids just drove me nuts. But I realized sometimes later that Bach and Chopin and Haydn had worked their way into my music, and so that just tells you how important music is, ambient or otherwise, to all of us. And I know Sarah's Music Cares and doing stuff, making sure that kids practice music in school. It's very close to your heart and all of our hearts. It should be, because it makes us better people. It makes us smarter students. Anyways, I'm still playing live today. And you know, I realize that gratitude is a powerful thing. And I'm so grateful when I step on stage and there's actually people out there. And I realize, like, when I opened for Springsteen, he was like a 15-year-old in the garage, and that's how I feel. I feel like a 15-year-old practicing in the basement and jamming in the garage with his buddies, dreaming about being a songwriter. And I look out there when I get on stage, and you're singing one song or another at the top of your lungs with me, and I'm thinking to myself, man, without you, songs don't exist. You breathe life into them. You breathe life into the songs. So thank you very much. And keep on breathing. Thank you.